It's a back to school week, and of course, the week started with so much tension that's regarding the parents taking back the students to school, and and so many pressures and worries that they come along with that. But well, before we get there, Zabu, just make your trading experience much more interesting. You're tired of the excess paperwork that is involved when it comes to, purchasing stocks of a given company, the bureaucracy, the red tape and all that. Zabu just made it much more easy for you with just star 292 hash, as you will be available with quite lots of options. You can be able to trade stocks, you can buy government bonds, all securities. And now we will be in position to actually earn yourself an income. The market's open at exactly 8:15. And that is AM in the morning till 3:15. That is PM in the evening. That is from Monday to Friday, and you will be able to buy yourself, to earn yourself a side income besides what you're really earning. Zabu, my money, my future. And the most amazing aspect here is that you can even withdraw your money anytime you feel like you're tired of trading. You can do that, and you will be having your money back to you in just an instant. My money, my future. That is Zabu right there. Okay, now away from that, now we head into SMB on ground, as we shall be linking up with Joram Paul Sonko right down there in Chikuba, getting to understand what is really happening. The people that are dealing into the scholastic materials, how is the purchasing power? Are the parents really willing to buy these materials despite the increasing fees? What is the emphasis? Are parents putting the emphasis on requirements or the school fees? Quite lots of priorities now have to be weighed when it comes to the decision that the parents are making at this very time. Yesterday, I happened to get in touch with some of the people that deal with the prints. I know that they print the books, and they were saying the season is not really that favorable as yet, as compared to other seasons, and it was really very understandable. But then let's get to see what's happening in Chikubo. How was the business?
Yesterday was like the official date when students went back to school. Primary students went back to school, and pretty much every parent right now is trying to trace and get their children back to their schools. And if you're to look at what is happening here in Chikubo, most of the people are actually shopping, trying to get some goods, trying to get some school requirements at the end of the day. So these are some of the things that you should as well know of what is happening here. Now, trying to understand the picture and the situation coming in from here is that most of the traders are a bit busy for the morning time here, as you can definitely see for what the camera person is able to clearly bring to you. And some of our time and trying to at least buy their requirements, school requirements, the final touches, one would say. It is a busy school week, if I'm to say, because the month of is pretty much characterized with schools reopening, the first term. However hard it is, when you look at the financial constraints all the parents are going through, you get to realize that they still have to take back their children to school. Well, the key discussions, of course, in Parliament were basically rotating around how schools will set a maximum school fees cap so that parents can be able to take their children back to school. But besides the kind of situation that regards parents seeking for at least a maximum or a minimum school fees cap, so that they can be able to at least take their students back to school, be able to at least facilitate their students as well as buy these school requirements. Now, if you have to look at the outdoor businesses here, most of the school requirements here are for the boarding students. You may look at a pair of stockings, you may look at sponges, you look at soap, you look at lots of things. Maybe pretty much those are elements that are actually being used by students at the end of the day. And also it goes back to the kind of requirements that most of the schools want as essentials. So if I'm to trace back to some of the days when we were still in boarding school, some of the essential commodities that schools wanted included grocery, the main grocery that is actually being used for the students. Look at accessories like main accessories or clothes and the other things that the students pretty much use. And where I'm actually standing, you get to realize there's a little bit of a toothpaste, a little bit of combs, a little bit of cotton buds, a little bit of pretty much to do with shoe polish. Those are some of the essentials for most of the students and most of the pupils, especially those who go back to secondary school, those who go to boarding school, primary, stockings. And then behind me there's some scholastic materials, pretty much a ream of paper. And these are some of the commodities that are on demand at such a time. The quantities are quite many, but the demand is also quite high. But the only difference here is the fact that maybe parents may not have a lot of money to be able to at least bring this to their students. But of course, it's the Education Week fever. A few weeks from now, or I would say days, the Ugandan Examinations Board is likely to release the Uganda Certificate of Education examination for the senior 4 students that sat last year. And of course that means much be well looking at more of the kind of pressure for parents who will be taking their children or their students to Form 5, that is to A-level, advanced level of education. But besides that as well, this particular week has been seeing parents taking their children back to school, and the pressure within the Chikubo Central Business District. Parents who are actually trying to get some requirements, some school requirements for their children to at least get back to school. And if I may ask the camera person to show you a little bit what is coming in behind me. More school requirements as they are needed by schools before the school term does begin. Of course, Monday, which was yesterday, schools resumed, others resumed earlier on last week. But when you look at this particular week, it's still the same thing. Back their children. I don't know whether you've already taken back your child back to school, but of course there is a lot of questions. Is quite high when you look at some of the parents who are still failing to at least take their children back to school because of the financial constraints here and there, and the mere fact that it's been holiday time, a long holiday season, trust me, 2 months down the road, and February is ahead of us, and it's a typical week where you get to realize that when schools resume, parents are always struggling to get children back to school. And of course the requirements are on demand, the market is willing to provide, but where is the money at? Those are some of the questions that one may still ask pretty much when it comes to schools reopening. But of course the first 2-3 weeks of February literally focusing more on taking students back to school. So that means one of the key elements in retail, sell shop, the kind of businesses that are trending right now are basically rotating around how people are selling school requirements or school products. And pretty much many traders are putting themselves in a position of at least trying to go in hard to at least get more of these particular customers. If I may ask one of these particular traders to at least give us a view. Sabo je baliko. Mbadde nsaba kwogeramuko naawe ku nsonga y'abaana badda ku ssomero. So this among some of the other particular customers here or other particular traders who are not willing to exchange their views. But well, you get to realize that one of the reasons is because of the busy city. It does look like it's a busy business day, but then you get to realize most of them are trying to make ends meet as the schools are resuming at the end of it all. For now, I'll be heading back to studio with Barija Andrew, but as you can see here, for any parent who's actually planning to get to the Chikubo Central Business District to shop for school requirements for their children, you'll get to realize that it's very busy, and you need to at least sketch your plan or your movement so well, but at least come with some good money, because the products are available, but maybe a bit costly, because this is what is on demand currently. Schools are resuming. It is a new month, a new week, so you will be expecting a lot of demands from the parents coming in the next few weeks and the next few days. As of now, I will be heading back to Barija Andrew in studio to at least give you more of the updates as it's happening in real time on Smart 24 TV. Many thanks for joining us. Good morning.
is really operating. You can observe quite a lot of purchasing power in there, and the parents, of course, making, trying to observe what do they need to take for their children, what their children really need to take to school, and it's quite what is really happening. And we anticipate this to run, actually, it could be the entire month of February. Because after a very long holiday for the parents, for the children to be home, now it's time they really get back and pursue that. I know sometimes it's really not the best feeling as such, but as you gotta know that the medicine that cures you is always bitter, so you just gotta take it, and of course better things will be awaiting for you ahead, just right there. And we've come to the end of SMB, but of course at Zabo, don't forget the Zabo experience, as you'll be in position to buy stocks at any company, at Altex. You can buy government bonds, securities. *292# is the code, and you will be availed with quite lots of options, and you will be able to earn a side income. No more hassle for the paperwork that is involved when you're going to buy stocks in a company. You just dial *292#, and wherever you are, you could be home, you could be at any region. You could be in the north, you could be in the west, you could be in the east, you could be in the central, any region. You will be in position to actually buy government bonds. And also the other interesting aspect with Zabo is that you are in position, if you're no longer interested to trade, you can withdraw your money instantly and you will be able to get it back. Zabo, my money, my future. The markets open at 8:15 and close at exactly 3:15 p.m. Monday to Friday, and it's off a side income that way. Well, it's exactly now 49 past 9 a.m. and coming to the end of the show. And of course, very grateful from where we started from, all the way from the updates at 7 a.m. Till this very hour. Coming up is Financial Markets with Anthony Sebali, but of course, don't forget channel 394, that is on GOTV, 372 on DSTV, and at Smart24 TV, that's on Twitter, Smart24 TV official on Facebook, Smart24 TV Live, that's on YouTube, as you will be able to get us at whatever part of the country you will be at, as we bring you the latest from the world of business, both local and international. And my social media handles Andrew Barije 94, and of course you can follow me up. We have the discussion. What is that thing that you really feel like I should talk about that could be of quite great interest? Till tomorrow, a very good morning.
Smart 24, driving business.